thought I was going to talk a little bit about votives and candle holders, and in particular the Scandinavian types. I have had a few requests now about getting back to some glass videos, and I thought today I'm going to go through some votives and candle holders that you can find at any Goodwill right next to the Dollar Tree junk. Everything that you see in front of me here I have found at Goodwill or a secondhand store somewhere else, but everything here, none of this I have bought retail for. And all of this here, I will explain how it all is from various Scandinavian countries. I have representatives here from Norway, Sweden, and Finland. And I'm going to go through a little bit on each of them so you know what to look for when you are out there looking at that dreaded glass shelf. Right, so I'm going to start with my home country, Norway, and here are three of some candle holders. These are for regular candles, and this is from a place called Hadeland with an H. I will write all the names down in the description box below, and this is called Nautilus, and these are really, really heavy, beautiful. I did bring a little matchbox so you can kind of see the size we're looking at here, but I got all of these at the thrift store. I got one of these at a secondhand store in Norway, and I got one of these actually not that long ago. You can see right there for $1. And these I have several more of these, and they're really, really pretty. I think, you know, they have that ice crystal-y looking thing, which a lot of the Scandinavian candle holders have. And again, this is Hadeland, and this pattern in particular is called Nautilus. This is another very popular Hadeland votive. This is for a tea light, and this one is in blue, and you can also get this in other color. I have another one here that's in green, and they have this sort of pine needle look, and that's very common for this pattern, which is called furu, which means pine. And you can get these a little bigger, and you can get them smaller. These are the smaller kinds. Again, here is the matchbox, and they hold a tea light. And both of these, again, I have found at the secondhand store here. The blue one I found in Norway. No, the green one I found in Norway, and the blue one I found here. But very characteristic with that pine needle look right there. Okay, so now we are going over to Finland. Finland is famous for its beautiful glass. Finnish glass is among my favorite, absolutely. Here I have 4 candle holders. This is for a regular candle again, not tea lights. But they have this sort of ice looking thing underneath, and they have those 3 feet, and you can see on the side. And some of you might recognize this because this is a very famous pattern. They make a lot of glassware, barware in this. It's called Thule, but the company, I don't know if you can see it, is called Iittala or Iittala. I'm not quite sure how I should say it here, but it has a characteristic eye there, if you can see, but most times, you know, sometimes if they have the mark, you know, some people will recognize it. But if they don't, you should learn to see this shape as well, because that is Iittala. And I have found several without the mark. I just know what they are. And one second, I will show you one more thing just for comparison. This is just a sugar bowl that I have in the same pattern. I actually happen to really like this pattern myself, but yeah, I can see that it's the same thing. Iittala from Finland. No, I am not pulling a prank on you. And in the loosest sense of the word, I am still staying within Scandinavian glass, because these things you will find everywhere, and these are from IKEA. Of course, you know IKEA is a Swedish company. You'll find this everywhere, and this is not valuable. This is a dime a dozen, if even that. But they can fool you a little bit because they are sort of designed perhaps after the more very nice kind. And we're back in Finland, and that's this one. It's a little bit bigger, but it's the same shape basically. And here is again the Iittala sign here, but very similar to all these junky stuff you find. So if you recognize it, and you can see it for all the junk, you know, you can pick it out. And again, these ones have little feet, but otherwise they have that flat top, and they have room for the tea lights. There's a lot of colors of this one. This one is sort of a teal greenish one. I really like this one. I use it myself, but you can find them in yellow and blues and clears and everything. So just learn to see, to distinguish it from the other stuff that will be flooded everywhere. So that's all that is from Finland. Okay, this should be familiar to a lot of you, because if you followed me before, you know that I pick up these all the time. And these are the snowball or snow globes. and these are Kosta Bodas from Sweden. I think I must have 10 or maybe even 15 of these. I have them all over my house when I have Christmas parties because they are my favorite as far as the look of just very elegant and simple design. Again, with the ice crystally look, they are heavy. There are some various sizes of this. There's some that are a little smaller, and but very, very popular, especially if you sell them in groups. They are very popular. Maybe just one by itself. Yeah, you can. It will sell probably, but not for so much. People generally like them in groups. But these are on the thrift store shelves. I find them, and I've sold some too now because I don't really need to collect them anymore. I did want to show you here because this one is not marked, but they have this sort of flat bottom at the end there. But some of them will have etched in Kosta Boda, and some of them will have a little foil sticker, but most of the time they are not marked. Okay, staying with Kosta Boda in Sweden, I have this one, and this one comes in various sizes. I like this because you can put both tea light in here and a regular candle in here. It's up to you. And they have these sort of, not spikes, but you know, this one is called sunflower. So I guess it's supposed to resemble the petals of a sunflower. They come in the short one right here. They come like in a medium one and a tall one. They're very pretty when they're grouped in 3 with all the different sizes. But I just picked up this one. I mean, really not that long ago, maybe a week ago. And it was $1 and it was just sitting there, and I know the shape. It's not marked, but I know what it looks like. So this is another Swedish one, Kosta Boda, and this one is called Sunflower. All right, so we are staying in Sweden, but we are going to another manufacturer, which is also very famous, and it's called Orrefors. And this one is kind of like the snowball looking in size, also for a tea light candle. This one is called Raspberry, and also nice and beautiful crystal and heavy, and has this very, very nice sheen. You can actually even see it here in the daylight when you put a candle in it. So here again, here is the matchbox, so you get the sense of how big it is. But this one too, I found in a secondhand store, and this one is marked underneath. I will show you. Okay, can you see that really faint mark there? That's just etched in at the bottom. Orrefors, again from Sweden. A lot of times though, you won't find the mark. They are either worn off or, you know, it's just not there. But if you learn to recognize the shape, this is a very popular one, this sort of raspberry looking thing. And it's called, like I said, Raspberry. Very pretty Swedish crystal. And finally today, because this is just what I happen to have on hand today, we are staying in Sweden, and the last one up is also from Orrefors. And this one I just found when I went to Goodwill by the pound. And what's so great about that place again, you know, 10 cents per pound for glassware and pottery and stuff. This one is called Artichoke, and it's the same sort of size and, you know, design idea as these snow globe things for the tea light. You put that in the middle here, and again it puts out this very, very pretty sheen when the light is on. And you can see that it definitely it kind of look a little Arctic icebergish thing. That's what I think, but it is called artichoke, so it's really supposed to, I guess, resemble the leaves of an artichoke. I will show you underneath. This one happens to have the sign on, or the tag underneath. You can see it there, Orrefors. It's kind of missing the S there in the corner, from Sweden. And it has that little shield there looking thing normally. But like I said, you can also just find it etched, but really just learn to find it without relying on the marks at all. So that is my collection. One more time, I'll show you them all together. So here they are once more. I did take out the IKEA ones because that was really just for showing purposes. But here, beautiful crystal candlelight from Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden, and Finland. So that's all there is. This will be sitting right next to the Dollar Tree junk at the thrift store shelf. I guarantee you, you just have to keep your eyes open and learn some of the basics. Really, that's all it is. Happy holidays!